Oh, esa es mi hija. Hey, Mom, I'm getting ready to do a podcast. How are you?
Hey, look at my turtles. Oh, Isaac's turtles.
Oh, my God, you bought turtles. Yay, 2 for the price of 1.
This is Day and this is Tona.
Okay, Mamita, I love you. I'm doing a podcast right now.
Alright, I love you. We're checking out now at 10.
Okay, I'll call you later, okay? Bye, princess. I love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Perdón, esa es mi hija que está en Daytona.
Qué cool. Y ahora con 2 tortugas, mi amor.
No me trae un perro, me trae tortuga.
Soy Vanessa Ferrari, empresaria, líder y motivadora. Aquí comienza Creando Líderes con Vanessa Ferrari, un espacio para transformar tu mentalidad, tus metas y tu vida.
Today I would like to welcome a very good friend of mine, an inspiration and a very well-known woman in the community. Who doesn't know Yesenia? Yesenia Moreno is a powerhouse leader with over 25 years of experience in the staffing and banking industry. She's a manager partner at New Age Associates and president and CEO of the Florida Banking Forum. A passionate community advocate, Yesenia serves on the executive board of Chamber South and the South Florida Banking Institute. She has been part of Women United, Habitat for Humanity, Be Strong Foundation, and Amigos for Kids. Her work has earned her major recognitions, including the Visionary of the Year, American Heart Association Woman of Impact, and Hispanic Women of Distinction 2025. Yesenia's story is one of vision, perseverance, and heart. And today she's here to inspire you with her journey. Welcome, mi amiga.
Thank you, Ami. Thank you for having me on your podcast. I feel like it's always easier to be the interviewer than the interviewee, so I'm just throwing that out there, but I'm very excited.
Thank you so much for accepting this invitation. When I was thinking about woman power, I always look at you as one of them, and besides my friend, you have been an inspiration, and I am so glad that I'm able to do this little interview because I want to ask questions that I don't know yet, but I'm looking forward to the answers. So one of the first questions that I wanted to ask is, what were you like growing up around the age of 13 and 14?
Wow, all right. I was definitely a force to be reckoned with. At the age of 13, I was, part of, I went to a private school, and I was always like the one that would come up with like the mischievous things and ideas. For example, I had a friend of mine whose grandfather was a candy man, and I decided that I would buy from him boxes of Miss Pac-Man cards, and then I would buy the boxes for $5, and in turn I would sell them to the students at 50 cents. Well, that quickly got me suspended because I went to private school. So I learned early on that my calling was, sales and business and entrepreneurship, and that I learned at an early age.
Well, I can see that you weren't shy.
No, never.
Were you were always curious? You were always like...
I've always been the friendliest, the most talkative. I'll walk into a room and I'll introduce myself to everybody, and I have no shame.
But that attitude is yours. Like, you have always grown with that beautiful attitude. You always have a positive attitude every time that we go to anywhere. You always have it in you. And I thought about it, and I'm like, I wonder if Yesenia was shy when she was younger.
Never.
And at 15 or 16, how do you picture yourself today?
So I was going to be a teacher. At 50, actually, I'm sorry. I was going to be a teacher, then I was going to be a psychologist, and I quickly learned that those were not my callings. At 15, I remember I had like my 15th party, and my grandparents told me, okay, you have to keep it very small, and we planned it within a month, and I had over 100 and something guests. So yeah, quickly I'm like the one that likes either one or none, right? I mean, either all or none come. I just couldn't single out who I would have. So I knew I was destined to make an impact, to gather people together, and to just, I love the camaraderie of engaging with people that you like, people that bring you a lot of good love good feelings. Yeah.
I see that, and you can tell everybody's around you. You built a community of women. You have built, a beautiful business that now is expanding to many places. And today you were telling me a new territory. What's the new territory?
So, as you know, my husband and I ventured on our own a couple years ago, and we now staff from the southernmost point to the northeast. We're very excited. Currently, we are working the Florida market, New York, and we're expanding into Tennessee.
I love it. Tennessee is another potential place. So New Age is coming to you very, very soon. And what was your first job?
My first job was a temp. Ironically, as that may sound, I was a temp. It was a company called TNT Express Worldwide. I was 15 years old, and they needed a receptionist to cover for somebody that was out on jury duty. And I went in and I answered the phones, and 2 weeks later I went into the president's office and I said, I want to work for you. And he was like, okay. And so I took that job. I would work every day. I would leave school at 1, go home, have lunch, be at work by 2 to 6, and I loved it. And I loved the front desk because I was the director of first impressions, right? I was the first one you would see. I was chatty patty. Everybody knew me. I knew everybody that was there to see people. I was always helping the customers that would come in, and I loved that. I loved being in the middle of everything.
And I think that since always you had it in you to speak to people.
Oh, yes.
So being in the reception was like the best job at that age, right?
And I loved transferring calls and putting on hold, and I loved to be polite, and yeah.
And did you imagine yourself today as a president of your own company?
I never did, and I give all that accolade to my husband, because he's the one who saw the vision and the potential, and he's the one who always told me, don't be scared, let's do it, it's time. And if life wouldn't have shifted me from one day to another, I probably wouldn't have taken that leap of faith with him. So kudos to you, babe.
He is a visionary, just like my husband. Yes. And in that, I think we have similarities. We grow our business together around the same time. You started what age?
2020, June 18, 2020.
Okay, we started 2020, 2021 we started, and we were neighbors. We were neighbors. She was in the corner, I was in the other corner, and we used to see each other. Sometimes we say hi.
Sometimes we didn't.
Sometimes we didn't. She thinks, what did you say that I was?
No, I mean, just very serious, not talkative. And then one day I'm in the common area kitchen, and it was a Friday. There was a South Florida Hispanic Chamber lunch, and I hear Nelson say to somebody, no, I'm Vanessa's at the lunch, I'm going to meet her there, blah, blah, and I'm like, excuse me, are you going to the Hispanic Chamber lunch? And he looked at me like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I'm your neighbor and I'm going to be there. And if there's anybody I can introduce you to, let me know. Blah, blah, blah. And that's it. That's how we created a friendship that has definitely strengthened us together. We've grown together as friends, as business owners, as family, because we are family. And it's a beautiful thing to see where we started and where we are.
We started, I think both of us, we didn't know much about how it was going to be growing our business so much. And now she has her own magazine, the Florida Banking Forum, where she actually has all the presidents of the banks, and she introduces opportunities to small businesses like us, because thanks to that we also were able to get our first loan for our building, and we were able to grow with your help. And Norman, which is her husband, he has become besties with my husband.
Truly besties.
Now, they every time that we go to an event, they have to be together. Yes. They sit down together.
They're not allowed to sit together at certain events, but we're working that. They are not good together. They're very talkative.
But you know what? They inspire each other and they help each other. They check each other. What are you doing? What am I doing?
They're visionaries. They have passion. They want to know how they can continue making a difference in the community and their businesses for their teams. So props to you guys.
Yeah, I think we needed them.
Yeah, we did.
The next question was, did you have mentors or friends who push you to dream bigger?
So I guess my biggest mentor is and always will be my grandmother. My grandmother came from Cuba with nothing. She came following my family. My godmother and godfather came first, and they slowly brought everybody back. And my grandmother used to own skincare in Coral Gables. So we're talking the early 80s, I'm sorry. Late 70s. She had a skincare called Bertalina Skincare, and she would do beauty, and I would come and I would see the people come. I would work for her too, and I would love to like just check the people in, so they would give me like $2 or $3 tips. Back then that was a lot of money. And man, she put me through school, put me through college, was very inspirational to my daughters when they were born. My husband and me are forever grateful. My brother, my sister, my grandmother always gave more than she expected in return. And she taught me many core values, which was work hard, work with dignity, don't ever take from anybody, and always respect yourself. And the essence and the core of my work ethics come from my grandmother. My mother has also always been a very hard worker. My uncle, who I absolutely adore, is another role model to me. My uncle is going on 44 years of teaching.
Oh, wow.
And always been there for me. So, yes, I've been blessed with people along the way.
So your grandmother was an entrepreneur.
Yes.
She was a hard worker woman.
Yes.
And she inspired you to continue with the same work ethic.
Yes.
The next question was that what values from your childhood still guide you every day?
Those.
Work ethic.
And be courteous, be polite, don't look at people differently. I treat everybody the same. I'll walk into a room and I'm the one that's saying hi to the person that's walking me to my table, the person who serves me water, the person who's picking up after, because I believe that everybody started somewhere.
That's right.
And everybody is here to make a difference, and it doesn't matter what part of the table you're sitting in, I'm going to look at you the same.
And that's something beautiful, and we would like to inspire all those young generations that are thinking of how to be their best version. Work ethic is important. Be cautious. Make sure that you respect others, because right now we're seeing that the new generation is lacking a little bit of the professionalism, the work ethic, the respect for the elder, and for people that have more experience.
You set your tone early. Nobody had to tell me to go to work. I didn't need to work. I chose it because I wanted to have my own money, which I could spend on clothes and shoes and accessories. And so that's what I did at an early age. And I see people, and it really, really, it bothers me when I get people who don't show up to work, people who think it's okay that they're not going to go to date, they're going to work, elsewhere, or they're sick, or they have an appointment. Throughout my whole career, and I go further, when we had our daughters, my husband and I, both worked full-time jobs. Our daughters were in every sport, and I tell you, we made it happen. We wouldn't call out of work because my daughter had a dentist appointment, or because she had to go to school, or she had to go to cheerleading or something. We would make it happen, and we would work around our schedules. So I think we did really good as a power couple, and we also instilled those values on our daughters, because they are just like us, super responsible, super dedicated, overachievers.
Which is beautiful, because it's not happening a lot.
Yeah.
Parents are not teaching their kids to be the best version of themselves, to be overachievers, to compete, to be, to show up, to be there and to work hard. Now, I have a question regarding the business. You started your own business. What was the biggest challenge you faced when you started?
I was scared. My husband was the one that was 100% convinced that this was going to happen. And like everything I encountered, where my old professor, my old boss came after me. And so they came after me with an attorney. We had to settle. And it was a tough leap of faith. But I have to tell you, if it wasn't for our clients, again, Norman and his strength and his resilience, like we're not giving up. I don't know. I think that I'm very grateful that we moved forward, but that was tough. Those were endless nights.
Having a company is one of the most difficult tasks that you can have in your life, because at the end of the day, it's something yours that if you don't show up, if you don't put effort, it's not gonna go anywhere.
Correct.
And I think that the same challenges that you had, I had them too in my relationship with my husband. It was hard to have a business and make it as a couple too, because
Yes, tough. We're together
every day,
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But you know what? Luckily, there are good and there are bad days. It's tough. You know, my husband has a lot of stress. He, runs the 3 companies, so he has that on top of him. I'm very, hard-headed, and sometimes I feel that, we have to take a step back, remember what we're grateful for. It's our own, like we say, we're building for our children. And the other day when we were in Key West, he's like, here we are, babe, working. And that's one of the places we want to retire to. So, dreams do come true full circle. When we started dating, one of the first places we went was Key West, and now here we are working there. So
you guys have expanded to Key West, so now I see you
the
working.
southernmost point, yes. And it is work, everybody. It is work.
She does. I think that they say that when you work in something that makes you happy, you're not working
in your life.
So I believe, and I have been with Yesenia, we go to places together, and she's always connecting with people, but you do it with so much, like, you feel like everything is normal. Like, you talk to everybody, you're having a connection with everybody, and she's working still. I believe that in your mind, in your chip, you're always meeting people, you're always connecting people.
I don't shut off. I'm on point.
I love that. Okay, what are the top level companies looking for in talent today?
So we get a lot of C-level openings. We get CFOs, we get controllers, we get relationship bankers, market managers. Of course, New Edge Associates focuses very much on the banking, accounting, and finance sector. We are expanding. So I want to give you like a little like sneak peek that we are going into healthcare by next year.
I love that one.
Yes, we want to follow in the footsteps of, our besties. And what I mean by healthcare is, we are the ones that are going to provide talent. So, we're going to do clinical and non-clinical placements. But our core right now is the banking, the accounting, the finance, legal, and executive search and administrative.
Okay, well, the healthcare industry needs a lot of good people, and I know that you will do great in anything that you put your mind into, because I believe in you, and whatever we can help, Eternal Life Services, which is my company, will be here to support in anything that we can.
We know.
One of the last questions that we have, because we're trying to teach young people how to be the best version of themselves. What advice do you wish someone had given you when you were 15 years old?
Don't lose sight. Don't lose focus. I can certainly sit here today and tell you that the journey has been challenging. And believe more in yourself. I wish I would have listened to my husband 20 years before, and we would have gone on our own, because this was a vision that he had many years before. But I was always that, loyal. I was very loyal to my employers. I worked 10 years at one company, 10 at another. You don't really see that in the industry, right? And I was always top producer, so it's not like I needed them. They needed me more. Be assertive of yourself. Follow your goals. Be resilient, and learn to listen and learn from the people around you. Vanessa, you're young. I think what you're doing is great. You're breaking glass ceilings for the young girls, and we're a very strong group of friends. We're women that we get together, and the other day when Vanessa was sharing this with us, everybody was telling her that we need more of that in our community. We need girls to be taken at a younger age. We always see the women that break the barriers and the women of success and the woman of this, but who's paying attention to the young leaders? And so we're blessed in our company. We have young professionals and we invest in them because we know their talent, we know their worth. And, again, it's part of our family. Our team is our family and we are blessed.
Yesenia says something super important that I wanted to talk about, the young generation that you have.
Yeah.
You decided to open the doors to your company to very young professionals.
Correct.
And the other day we were talking in dinner of how they start changing the way that they work. Now they're less shy. Now they're able to talk with more people.
Yeah.
You see them grow.
We do. Our director, I've known him since he was 14. He's been with us since we started. I'll never forget, he used to come every day with his book bag from work to sit there and we had to find work for him. And now we can't see ourselves without him. The team adores him. And we also have, 3 senior on our team that worked with me for many years. So we have a great balance.
I love to see how Yesenia has opened the doors for young professionals, and she gets the top talent in every industry that she touches. She connects people, and I'm very happy that I was able to do this interview and learn a little bit more about you, because there's a couple of questions that I didn't know about you, so I wanted to learn. And I am very blessed to have this group of friends, and Yesenia has been very inspirational to me, and I hope that I keep learning from you. But I also want to inspire every young leader that is trying to, do a company or to create something, to believe in themselves. What she said was very true. It takes a lot, yes, but if you believe in yourself, you're gonna make it happen. Everybody else believes in you, but it starts with you. You need to believe in yourself. So I love that I was able to have you here. We have some cafecito because...
Cafecito, yes, where is it?
We have cafecito with Yesenia because she is famous for her cafecito. How did it start the cafecito trend?
So when I've been doing cafecito with clients when cafecito wasn't even a thing, right? I would go meet with them. I would do...
Thank you, Gina.
I'll give it to her. Okay. Okay. Yes, that just happened. You see, guys, bloopers. Yes.
Bloopers.
I would meet with them. Gracias, Gina. I would meet with them and I would bring them cafecitos. So when 2020 came, how do you meet with people? I still needed to meet with my clients. I still kept in touch with them. I was still working because the banking industry didn't stop, and we would do virtual cafecitos. And my husband one day said, you should do cafecito con Yesenia. And so here we are.
And she does the best cafecitos con Yesenia because we talk about a little bit of everything, business, a little gossip about anything that is happening in the industry.
Business, life, industry, community. Vanessa, we're very big on what we give back to our community, and I think that that's important to point out that we are also teaching the youth to get involved, to give back.
Yes.
And I wish somebody would have taught me that. I got involved in the community way after, and I wish I would have learned that at an early age.
Giving back is something that we do often. She is with the Amigos for Kids.
Amigos for Kids.
There's more. American Heart Association.
American Heart Association. I've done leukemia and lymphoma. Habitat for Humanity, Hard Hats and High Heels. And there's more. There's a lot more to be done. And we're going to look into, Alzheimer's, the homeless, just giving back one community involvement at a time.
I believe that that's what good power women and powerful companies should do. Invest in the community. The community needs us. So young leaders that are trying to have your company also give back, because it's super important to be able to support a community that needs you.
Yes, and your time is essential. Your time makes a difference.
Even when people say, well, I don't have money to give.
Your time.
There's time, there is, volunteering. So make sure that you can volunteer. Thank you so much, Yesenia.
Thank you for having me, Vani.
I think this is the end, but let's cheers with our cafecito.
Cafecito. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you once again in Creando Líderes with Vanessa Ferrot. I see you in the next episode.